Hello and welcome to Did I Fix That? Today I'm going to be changing the oil on our new Telluride. It's got about 500 miles on it. This is probably overkill, but I always do this whenever I get a new vehicle just to make sure there's no little shavings and that kind of stuff from the machining of the parts when they assemble the engine, that kind of deal, or manufacture the engine. So things that you're going to need for this project are a oil catch pan, 3 different size sockets. You're gonna need a 10 millimeter, and that's kind of like to take off some shields underneath the car, 17 millimeter for the drain plug, and a 27 millimeter for the oil filter housing. You're gonna need a torque wrench. You're gonna need some 5W30 oil, and we'll get into this in just a minute. I just happen to use this Castrol Edge, and I'll explain the reason why in just a minute. And then you're going to need a oil filter. And these filters from Kia, I think it was 11 bucks, probably the world's most expensive oil filter, but this is 26320 3CKB0, and it does include a gasket in there as well. Then the oil, per the owner's manual, is 5W30 weight, but if you look on page 8.6, says here that it takes basically 6.9 quarts, which is a lot of oil, seems like, for a 3.8 liter 6, but at any rate, full synthetic. But they want SAE 5W30, but they want it to be ACEA A5 or B5 rated. So this Castrol Edge, and I don't know if I paid too much or what, but that was the only one I could find that had that specific rating on it. All the others did not. So this is the only one that I could find. This is full synthetic 530. So at any rate, y'all can please chime in in the comment sections and let me know what you think about this. So first order of operations is to get your 10 millimeter out on your socket, crawl underneath your vehicle, and on the passenger side of the vehicle there's a shield, this shield here, that we have to take off. And when we take that off, that's going to give us access to the oil pan, which is that oil pan drain plug. And to take this out, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 bolts. So I am going to take those out real quick and then we'll tune back in. Okay, now that we're back underneath the vehicle here, we got our cover plate off. The oil drain plug is on the rear of the oil pan right here. And that's our 17 millimeter socket. So we'll go ahead and get that loose. There we go. Now I'm gonna get my drain pan in close proximity, and I'm going to go ahead and back that out. And the oil is pretty warm because I was driving the vehicle earlier, and we're just gonna let it drain out here into the pan. Okay. The struggle is real. Okay. There we go. Alright, so it's gonna come out. Hopefully we've got this thing in approximately where it needs to be. If not, I got a colossal mess in my hands. Ooh, that's hot. And there it goes. Alright, so we're gonna tune back in after that. Actually, hold on, let me show you something else. I lied to you earlier on the drain, or the cover sheet, or plate, I should say. It's right over here. As you can see, I lied to you when I told you the number of bolts that were on it. There's actually, here's the location. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then this one's hidden up in there, 8. I didn't see that earlier. Total of 8. So I'm letting the oil drain right now, then I'm going to get the oil filter off. And I'll be using that 27 millimeter socket for that. Okay, so now it's time to get the oil filter off. And the oil filter is a cartridge style. If the camera will focus here, you can see the big nut right there. Right there. It's on the other side of the oil pan. It's right there. And this wheel liner here is kind of, well, actually it looks like it's going to hit where that's going to come off. So what I've done is I've jammed a can of brake cleaner there just to kind of keep it out of the way, so that when this thing finally lets loose, oil won't go all over the wheel liner and I won't have a big colossal mess. So this is my first time doing this. We'll see. And by the way, I am going to there, it's loose now. Good. Okay. I'm going to dissect this filter here so we can both look and see if there's any crap inside this filter. So okay, I'm just gonna let it crack, drain the oil out, and we'll tune back in just a second. Okay, so here's the oil filter, and it's just, like I said, cartridge style. It actually even says on the filter housing 35 Newton meters, which is right at 25 foot-pounds of torque. So we're going to set our torque wrench to 25, which I've got right here. Got it set up ready to go. Right there, 25 foot-pounds. All right, so this cartridge filter, they're pretty easy to use, pretty simple. Just pull the cartridge straight out, the old filter. Try and do this one-handed. It's in there pretty good. We'll do it one-handed, one-footed. How about that? There we go. Pull straight out. I don't think there's a right or wrong way to put this back in, but I did see that the writing was on the outside aspect of it. We'll look down inside there, see if there's any debris or anything. Looks pretty clean. Just pour that old oil out, bang it out. There we go. All right. I'm gonna put the new one in, just how they had it. Just kind of pushes down in there, like so. There we go. And it also has a rubber O-ring, so that we'll just pop that off and replace it with. They gave me a new O-ring and a new crush washer for the drain plug, so we're going to put that in as well. But this O-ring will just slide off, and then we'll put the new one on. Just that simple. But I am going to coat this old O-ring with a little bit of used oil, and that'll just help it slide on there easier and won't tear. And it's just something that's recommended to do whenever you change either this style or the screw-on type of filter. All right, so we'll tune back in just a second. Okay, so here's where you put the oil in the vehicle. 6.8-ish quarts of your favorite oil. I'm not going to bore you with the gritty details of that, but let me show you the filter. So what I did was I took my razor blade, cut the filter open, like the central housing there, so it doesn't collapse, and the two end caps. But here is the filter medium, and I don't know if it's going to show up, but there's some fine particulate in there. There's a pretty good piece of metal right there. So you can see that. There's a nice long sliver of something. Another good size one there. Just looking through here to see if there's anything else that really jumps out at me. So I'll let you guys just kind of comment in the comments down there and tell me what you think. This is 500-mile brand new motor, Kia Telluride. Not sure if this is, I suspect it is normal, but you know, no oil consumption on the vehicle. 500 miles, been averaging about 19.5 miles per gallon in mainly city driving. It's been a pretty nice vehicle so far, no issues. So basically you put your plastic piece back on there, your underbody panel, torque everything down, fill it up with oil, and you're good to go. Check for leaks as well. But did I fix it? Yes, I did. Y'all let me know in the comments about this oil filter, see what y'all think. Take care and have a great day.